All right, I just started the recording, but I can always edit this out. You feeling good? You ready to go?
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to start in three, two, one.
Cool.
Hey guys, Eric Sue here. Welcome to another episode of Healthy Living with Eric Sue. We have an outgoing and hardworking personal trainer with us today. Her name is Emma Phillips. We'll be talking about how to love running and the reasons to do it. So without any delay, let me introduce you all to Emma. Emma, are you ready to make it happen?
Hi. Yes.
She is a competitive runner and she has run at country level in the UK. In the UAE, she won the Dubai Marathon 10 km in 2009 and 2010 and was the first resident in the RAK Half Marathon in 2009
The
and
RAK Half Marathon.
the RAK Marathon in
Yeah.
2011. She is also a qualified Level 3 advanced personal trainer and a certified yoga instructor. Her aim is to make sessions challenging, enjoyable, varied, and individual to each person. She has a holistic approach to health and fitness, taking into account lifestyle, fitness levels, and diet. She gets great satisfaction out of keeping clients motivated and seeing them achieve their goals. Emma, that was just a little bit about who you are. Can you share with our audience a little bit more and how you got started?
Okay. So I was always running since I was at school. So I used to race a lot, 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. Most weekends I'd be racing in the UK and cross countries. So um, I got a lot of quite fast times in the UK. Then I got into personal training when I came to Dubai. So I did my qualifications here in Dubai, and I've been doing it for 9 years.
Excellent. Very good. Um, Let me ask you this question, which is what's one cool or unique fact about yourself?
Um, I've got some fast times running.
Okay, that's great.
um,
And what's fast, by the way?
well, my 5K is 16:58.
Wow.
My 10K is 35:27.
Okay. Let me just
And
put this in perspective here. Most people, right, average people, run a 5K, right, in about 30 minutes. Would be that be correct? Like a 10-minute mile?
yeah, maybe a little bit quicker.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
you said you did yours in how much time?
So 16:58 is my best time for the
Okay, so
5K.
that's practically a 4-minute mile almost, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit
a little bit more. Yeah,
faster. Yeah,
yeah,
slower.
slower, a little bit slower, but just a little bit over 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That is very very fast. So that's very unique. Very good, excellent. Um, so Emma, we discussed this earlier, and we came to this topic of how to love running and the reasons to do it. Obviously, you are a great runner, and spring is coming up, which means people might be going out more here in the U.S. at least. Um, Out in Dubai, I'm not too sure about the culture there. Um,
Well, it's a
However,
bit cool at the moment,
okay,
so it's great running weather at the moment
awesome. So
until
so
maybe March, April.
yeah, and so share with us your experience here and explain to us how people can love running.
You've basically got to just get out there and try it. Don't try to do too much. Just build up the training gradually. Um, go with a group of people.
Mm,
Try and enjoy it.
yeah. Um, what is it that maybe uh, people should um, not be afraid of? Because I think there's a lot of fear in doing it.
I think some people are worried they're going to be too tired or maybe injure themselves
Yeah.
or it's going to be too hard.
What is it
But
that you
if you build it up gradually, the training, like walk and run, then it it's easier.
and so? when people are out there, what should they be focusing on?
Just try to enjoy it.
Do you think that most people have a past history, and so because of that, they use that to make an excuse of why they
I
can't or
think
shouldn't?
a lot of people have done it at school and they've found it hard. They didn't enjoy it, or maybe they were made to do it at school. So
Hmm.
they have visions of what it was like back at school. So they're
Yeah.
not so keen to do it.
Right, right. Yeah, I truly believe that that's one of the excuses.
Mm.
When you say starting off slow, can you
So you
describe?
need to start where you walk and run. So you might do 1 minute walk, 1 minute run, maybe 10 times.
Mm,
So the muscles and bones get used to doing the miles.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What's the best way or surface to to start off?
It's good to go on the grass, a little bit softer. Um, the concrete can be a little bit hard and more likely to get aches and pains.
Mm, 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 mm.
But the key really is to start off slowly, build it up gradually.
So expect I don't know how many weeks of walking, for example, or how would one assess where they are?
Well, each week you'll build it up. So the first week you might walk for 1 minute, maybe 10 times. And then the next week, 2 minutes. And then you might go to 4 minutes and then 5 minutes and then gradually get up to 10 minutes.
And
You can take probably about 6 weeks
6 weeks.
to
Um,
get up to maybe 10 minutes.
hmm. And this is like the very new to running or just getting
Yeah.
back into running type of person.
So people who haven't been, yeah, running at all, or yeah, maybe they've been injured and they're getting back into it.
Hmm.
Because some people will go and try to do 30 minutes straight away and then they're really tired or they've injured themselves. Then it puts them off. They don't want to do it again.
Right, 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 right.
So if you do the walk and run approach, it's much better and it feels easier each week.
Right, right, right. Um, I had people do walk and run, and slowly they get used to the feeling of what running is.
Yeah.
Is that really the progression to get the feel for it?
Yeah, and also your fitness improves if you do it, build it up gradually.
Right, right, right. And so you love running. So what does it mean to love running, though?
Well, I love doing races and trying to get fast times and always wanting to go quicker. I
Hmm.
enjoy the feeling of trying to go fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Share with me real quick here some good techniques for running with respect to um, breathing, with respect to um, arm movements, stride, maybe things like that. Could you share
So
with our
I
audience a little bit?
I teach the running technique, the correct running technique. So you need to make sure you're using the arms enough.
Mm,
um, the arms control the legs.
the arms
So
control the
if you're
legs.
not using the arms enough, then the legs aren't working efficiently,
Mm-hmm.
and you actually use more energy.
Ah.
So it's
Keep
and
going.
it's good to learn to run on the midfoot as well. It's more efficient.
And so, what specifically is the midfoot?
So the middle of your foot. Wait, you've got your toe where your toes are.
Uh huh.
Mid the
So,
sole of your foot.
okay.
So it's
What's
not flat, not your heel. It's in the middle.
yeah? Explain that for a sec, because I think a lot of people have heard heel toe running.
Yeah, but it's more efficient to use the midfoot.
Mm,
So the midfoot, say on your hand, this
there you go.
if this was your foot,
Mm-hmm.
it would be here. You're
Okay.
hitting the ground here.
So that's the first
But
strike.
it's good to learn the technique properly, otherwise you could injure yourself.
Mm. Um, so I know we talked about you doing some running videos in the future, so we perhaps could see that how that works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
um,
better to be taught how to do it than to
yeah.
try to learn yourself.
Is there an issue with heel toe running?
Well, if you're more likely to injure yourself on your heel, and it's also like a braking movement if you land on your heel, so you probably won't go as fast.
Oh,
Also, if you go onto your toes too much, you could hurt your shins or your calf,
mm,
so you're straining the muscles more.
right. I have to try this midsole approach,
Yeah,
and see how it works
and you
out.
have to lift your legs enough behind. So it's a
Oh,
bit like the pose technique, very similar,
uh-huh. I see.
which a lot of people may have heard of. But I did. I've got a qualification from the running school in the UK,
Uh-huh.
so I'm certified as a running technique coach,
Ah, excellent, excellent. Um,
and that was the technique that I learned.
yeah, yeah. And so when people apply this approach, do you find that they have a whole sense or different feeling of what running really is? Is that how you uh, experience it?
Well, you're changing the way. If you've been running for quite a few years, you're used to running a certain way. It's going to take a while to get used to the new movement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep practicing, and your body learns by repeating. So you have to keep repeating it over and over until you learn.
Got
Because
it.
your body tries to go back to the old way of running. So
Right,
it
right, right, right.
can be quite hard. Some people pick it up really quickly, but some take quite a while.
Got it, got it. Um, this,
Everyone's different.
yeah. Let's dive into real quick here some of the main reasons people should be running now. Um, Obviously the health benefits, but what other reasons would you say that why people should be running?
So it's good for your fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can get fit quite quickly by running.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's good. Once you get into it, you can enjoy it. It's nice to just go for a nice, easy run, maybe out by the river or
Yeah.
uh, in the country.
Um, Obviously there are a lot of people in the U.S. who want to lose weight.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it as well. But you do need to start gradually and
Yeah,
make sure you had a health check before you start
for sure.
doing the
Yeah.
training. But the
Um,
walk and run for people who need to lose weight is a good way to do it.
yeah. Um, the whole idea that running builds cardiovascular endurance, helps the circulation of blood, and improves body chemistry because people burn calories and so forth. Um,
Yeah.
is there something that makes people, in your opinion, think that think this I hate running type of mentality? Because we tell them all these reasons, but they still hate it. Um, um,
Yeah, I think some people who are, I mean, if they're really unfit, and it seems really hard at the beginning.
yeah, um,
And like I was saying before, when they've been at school, they've perhaps had a bad experience with it.
yeah. That's
School,
really
you're made to do cross countries, maybe
yeah. That's really the issue, isn't it?
cold, wet, muddy. Maybe
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
so appealing,
Right, right, right. Because we could tell them
but
all
it is
that
a great way to get fit.
for sure, for sure. What do people would see changes? Physical changes. What would you think most people see in the beginning?
Just their fitness will gradually improve. Um, Maybe the breathing gets easier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think after it takes about 4 weeks to get into a habit. So after 4 weeks, you kind of start to enjoy it.
Mm. Yeah,
So same with any exercise.
for sure, absolutely. Um,
So you have to just keep doing it.
yeah, just keep doing it. Tell me real
Mm.
quick here, for those who are into running a little bit now and are past that first initial phase of trying it out and getting into it, how do you help people maintain this attitude?
once they've got into it.
Yeah, once they've gotten into it, how do you keep them going?
I mean, it's good to find a race to have a goal. So maybe start with a 5K, and then you can start training for that. And then maybe with a group of people, join a running club. Um, it's it's quite nice to run with people.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you have a goal, it's much easier.
Yeah,
But even if it's a goal to lose weight,
sure.
you have a target.
Yeah, because I think people miss the boat on um, the big picture. Um, People do it for a variety of reasons. Is it the reason just to have something active to do, or is there a health reason to run, right? And so
But a
people have to
lot of it
identify
is
that.
to do the races.
Mm,
A lot of people like me like to race.
yeah,
It's about getting personal best times, and you don't have to be really fast because everyone can run. If you're really slow, you can aim to get a personal best time.
right.
So even if you're at the back of the field, you can aim to beat your last time. So there's always something to aim for.
Perfect. Um, so get out there, try it for a few weeks. Give it a few weeks, right? Because like
Yeah, I mean, you need a good 6 weeks to get into it.
6 weeks, 6 weeks,
Mm.
and everyone can start somewhere, right? With a walk, with a
Yeah,
jog,
walk and run is very good. And
walk and run.
I mean, if you've been running a little bit longer, maybe you start 5 minutes and build it up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What can you tell me real quick here about gear, shoes, clothes, how to prepare?
Yeah, I mean, you need to have the correct running shoes for your foot type. So it's good to go to one of the local running shop. They will get you on the treadmill and check your running gait. Um, and then they'll choose a suitable shoe. A lot of people pronate where their feet go in when they're running,
Mm,
and they need support in the shoes. Or some people just need a cushioning shoe. So there's different types of running shoe.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
the shop, usually, if they put you on the treadmill, they'll be able to check
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
type.
yeah. That's interesting you bring that up because some people have flat foot. Some
Yeah.
people have, I don't know, different.
Well, I overpronate and I
Mm-hmm.
wear some inserts in my shoes.
Mm,
So it just stops my foot from collapsing in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that makes all the difference, right?
Yeah,
Specifically
because
when
I
you
was
run.
getting injured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, how can you tell to someone who says that they've developed like shin splints and things like that? What could you tell them?
Yeah, they may have tried to do too much too soon. It's often a cause of shin splints where they've suddenly gone out and done a lot more running than they should have done.
Mm, mm,
So you need to just build that up gradually.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It could be the shoes haven't got the correct cushioning or
Mm-hmm.
support
Mm,
as well.
yeah.
You also need to look at doing some strength work as well.
Strength work, yeah, absolutely. What kind of exercises would you recommend?
It's good to strengthen the core, the glutes, and hips.
Okay,
There's a lot
excellent.
of injuries are caused when the glutes are too weak.
Mm,
So it's good to make sure the core and glutes are all strong.
yeah, yeah, yeah. How do you help? What would you suggest for someone who is new again and just getting into it to recover? Is it like yoga or things like that?
Yeah, it's good to do the stretching. Stretching really helps. Yeah, yoga is very good. Using a foam roller is quite good. So massage,
Mm,
um, but make sure you have the correct recovery. So you might run one day, rest one day. So you do it every other day to
mm,
start with.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because
A
if you
beginner's,
suddenly go out and do it too much, then
yeah.
you would get injured.
I think you said something about 10 minutes. Is there a running distance or a running time that people should focus on?
It's good just to build up to be able to run, say, up to 5K. So you build up gradually to 5K,
Okay,
and then you build from there to 10Ks.
okay, okay. In
But
that
you should
sense,
only build up about 10% each week.
Okay, so people can.
5 to 10%. Yeah.
So for people in the U.S., it's 3 miles approximately, 5K, and
Yeah. In a week, you shouldn't build up more than a couple of miles a week.
oh, I see, I see. So half a mile the first week, another mile the second week, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And obviously, if you're a regular runner, you wouldn't build up more than 2 or 3 miles each week.
okay, excellent, excellent. That's good tips. Um, so somebody who is trying to lose weight, just real quick here, Emma, do you have a specific eating plan for them?
Yeah, I do diet plans for people um, to help them lose weight. So
Um,
I do them online as well.
okay, good, good, good. Could you share a tip or two for their nutritional habits?
Yeah, you need to cut down on the carbohydrates. So pasta and bread, and have more proteins and vegetables. But it's the portion sizes as well. So you must make sure you keep the portions down.
Yeah, because running or even walking, that burns a few more calories um, than just
Yeah.
strength training alone, right? Would you say?
Yeah, it's good to do both.
For
You
sure.
need
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. Yeah.
you burn up calories when you do lift weights as well.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
At the moment, when people are running or doing more cardiovascular training, they have to remember that they're have to fuel themselves as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, what?
Some people don't do the diet, so then they don't lose the weight even if they're doing the exercise. So
Yeah.
you need to make sure you're doing the diet.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even people training for a marathon, they can put on weight because they think, oh, I can eat more because I'm doing all this training.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The diet makes such a difference.
For sure. I totally agree. Now, we're getting to the end of the 30 minutes here, Emma, and very good information. How could you summarize what we talked about today in a few words to help our audience?
So if you want to start running, just build up the training gradually. Maybe start with walking and running, walk 1 minute, run 1 minute, maybe 10 times to start with. And then each week you'll add a minute or a couple of minutes. Make sure you stretch afterwards, even get a massage. Try to do it every other day, don't do every day. Get the correct shoes, maybe get your gaint checked at a running store.
Hmm.
By,
Yeah, awesome. Um, how do people get a hold of you, Emma, if they want to learn more from you? And remember, she's in UAE or Dubai.
yeah, in
So,
Dubai.
hmm, and what's the best
So
way to get a hold of you?
I have a website, um, www.emmaphillipsfitness.com, and I do training plans online as well for fitness and running training plans, and also technique can do through Skype.
Okay.
And I'm working on video for the running technique at the moment.
Excellent. Very good. We'll make sure that we have all the contact links in the show notes. Um, would there be any last piece of advice that you would like to share with our audience, Emma, or anything of words of wisdom?
Just go out and enjoy it, and just build up the training gradually.
Yeah.
And join a group, a running group.
Yeah.
Have people around you to train with. And
Absolutely.
maybe aim for a race, a 5K, to have a goal.
Yeah. Absolutely. So important. I totally
Yeah.
agree. um, like I said, it was a fast 30. Hopefully, it was fun for you, Emma. I
Yeah,
really
it's good.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll have to consider a future one again. And
Yes, definitely.
my future plans is to make it to Dubai one day. So hopefully you're
Yes, you
still
must.
there
Yeah.
sooner or later. Anyhow, I appreciate it,
Thank you.
and my audience does as well. So thank you so much, and
Thank you.
we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.